Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dope Community Series Grand Finals Week 1, and here we go. Match number 1 is here, ladies and gentlemen. Rondo will be played as match number 1. The flight path is here, initiating from the western regions of Stadium, finishing off towards the western regions of Thin Long Garden. The flight path completely favoring the western regions of Rondo map. And we all know that we are going to see huge clashes coming up from Stadium, Yulin, maybe New York's Factory as well, but it's going to be a tough glide for the teams. Maybe New York's Factory won't be access, but Yulin is surely going to be a hot drop. We will see a lot of teams heading towards Yulin. 37 recall towers, as you all guys know, in this particular map. So you just have to get control over one so that you can get finishes in the initial stages, and then you can recall your teammates back if they get eliminated. First circle has been initiated too. First circle favoring the western regions of Rondo map. Zhao 10 deep inside the circle. Even Fong Tun is right now deep inside the circle. And maybe maximum teams now, since the circle has already formed, will try to keep themselves inside the circle. But as we can see, Yulin accessed by so many teams. And there comes the first elimination too. Frizo finishing 7th. And Team KQ with a really good start, a early start, immediately securing the first elimination. But they have to keep one thing in mind, that they are surrounded by teams for now. Team Kodiak, that is. Team Ellipse player has been flushed out. Team Ellipse will be facing a casualty 20 with that grenade. Only might get knocked out. Was that a grenade? That was a grenade. But that grenade wasn't that well cooked. So only survives. But that's welcome, maybe, of Team Ellipse Esports. Has an organ. Left peek by A. Oh no. Left peek by Welcome, and he gets taken down. Ellipse does a great job there. And Welcome will be fleshed out. Team Ellipse Esports didn't secure a frag in this recall phase. And that is heartbreaking, I'm sure. They must be regretting right now because they had a golden opportunity to get a good start. But they lost that opportunity. And we'll go back to Yulin again. Even if we talk about Team Tryhard, now 2 of the players have been knocked out. Huge responsibility on Sora. Will try to revive his teammates. Faker, now the last player of Team HB in Yulin, will knock down a player frequently. Here comes in the flush too. Getting prepared for another 1v1. And Exotic Alliance looking forward to go for the third party on Team Havoc Esports. Faker again spams the GS9. But this time he'll be flushed out. He was too much low there. And no need to worry. 3 eliminations coming in this recall phase. The players will be recalled back. No casualties will be faced for now. But Exotic Alliance playing with just 3 players in this game. So this will be a disadvantage for them. Team Endless Esports on the other end. They're in Stadium. There is no team at Stadium. So now they have to search for their opponents if they want finishes in the initial stage. If they want eliminations in the initial stages, they have to work hard. They have to find their opponents. Team Kodiak's Frizzo got knocked out. So it's such a huge chaos here at Yulin. And I feel like now teams, I guess they should try to access multiple drop locations. Just not Yulin and Neox Factory. They should focus on other drop locations as well. Because Yulin is so much chaotic. It's not that easy to get finishes in Yulin. Because you are stabbed by so many teams. Multiple teams are present in Yulin, first of all. And it's very difficult to focus on one fight. You have to continuously put in a lot of effort to save yourself from multiple teams. So I feel like if 2-3 drop locations are prioritized by teams, Yulin, Neox Factory, and some other drop locations as well, so it will eventually become less chaotic. Default. Harry off got anger. Team Moneymaker's default. He's low too. He doesn't even have a healing. And did the player give up? No. Lastilin still holding, still counting on his teammate. Frizzo gets knocked out, and now maybe Frizzo and Lastilin, both of them, will give up. And it's time for Winnie to bring her teammates back into this game to go for that recall. Espada Esports. Well, their recall phase is over. No team headed towards New York's Factory. This is what I was talking about. New York's Factory was so much far away from the flight path. I don't think that any team will even try to head towards New York's Factory. Meanwhile, it's Team Free Agents. Terminus having a height advantage. And Team Free Agents, they can get frags, especially here at Yulin in this prime location. If you get the height advantage, you're able to get your hands on multiple teams. You're able to get your eyes on multiple teams. So Woski, somewhere else, he's fighting Team Dope, maybe. And one team has been eliminated from this game. It will be GR Esports. They got eliminated in the very initial stages of this game. Dope Esports, side by side, even they are participating in fights. And we need to figure out if Dope Esports, they are winning the fight. Oh my goodness, Dope Esports got eliminated from this game. That is heartbreaking. Dope Esports got eliminated on 18th position. Not really a good start for this grand finals of week 1. Taylor Esports looking to disengage. Both the players got traced in that vehicle. Both the players got knocked out, and immediately that flush coming in. Welcome now, being the last player, is searching for a recall chart. And I hope the players have recalls for them. Because if they don't, then Welcome will find it very difficult to get placement points for his team. Because he's the only player surviving. So forcefully he'll have to just play that passive game, that survival game. KQ Frizzo getting knocked out. And again, Team Kodiak. They're continuously fighting. And maybe they are forced into this fight. But they are out of the danger maybe. Frizzo will get that revival. 6 eliminations for them. Terminus on the other end. Maybe he's knocked out too. Shelby being the last player. We'll go for the recall beacon. And all the players will be brought back into this game of Team Free Agents. Moneymakers. 7 eliminations. They had a phenomenal recall phase. But now, I mean, since they have the recalls with them, I guess they'll try to search for more opponents. Because these recalls shouldn't go in vain. Since they have recalls, they'll use them. Vultures, Tefor, and Spike will continue to find more opponents for them. And maybe it's Vic Bobber who's still on a recall chart, still bleeding out because of the blue zone. But it's still okay as the stage 2 has been initiated, moving for a Southern Hardship. Yulin is still present inside this circle. And Exotic Alliance is maybe the only team present in Yulin right now. But they have to be very much ready, because many teams will try to secure places inside Yulin. Mashka going for the revival. Maloa got knocked out. And maybe now Team 9, they're trying to surround Nasty Bullets. They're trying to surround Team The Great Minds, Team TGM. But that was just a rotation of Vaquiz maybe. Lastilin will be finished out with the Ranoa, and Team KQ, maybe this is their official first casualty of this game. Came too soon. And they have to go a long way. Big Bobber gets knocked out of Moneymakers, and now Moneymakers, the question rises, who is going to head towards a recall tower? Because Big Bobber till now, he was present on a recall tower. Maybe he pushed a fight there. He couldn't hold himself. And Moneymakers, a tense situation for them, because they're right at the center of the circle. They won't find a recall tower nearby. And maybe Moneymakers, they're not really interested in a recall. They are interested in getting more eliminations for them. But Lord Oz in a standard situation. Oh my lord! What a tracing that was by Lord Oz. Leo gets knocked out, and that was unexpected. Nasty bullets. Things are getting nasty for them. Lord Oz switches on to the S. Wilkie, knocks down another player. This time it's Pappy. Where's Defoe? Pixel feed by Defoe. And it's a 1v1 fight maybe. Wackways is the last player surviving of Nasty Bullets, and he'll be taken down with these. Moneymakers will never ever be submissive in a fight. Moneymakers eliminate Team Nasty Bullets on 16th position. 11 eliminations for this team. And they are just on a whole other league. My goodness, what a fight that was. Especially Lawyers. Those tracing. Incredible. Mid-air he knocked out a player. That's not easy. It looks easy though. But it's not at all easy, ladies and gentlemen. 15 teams down, a total of 154 players are alive. MT and Matic got knocked out. And where is he now? Well, he's in a wide open area, and maybe free agents targeted him. And there's no opportunity to save Matic for now. So maybe a recall will be the best decision. A much more safer option for Team MTN. Third circle has been initiated. Third circle moving for a sudden shift again. And right at the center, it's ALAP Esports. And they are being challenged by whom? Is it Team 15? It's MTN Esports. Theo gets knocked out. Ked gets knocked out. Not really a good start for this fight. Duchov. Well, he's going for those random grenades. Use one just to send back welcome. Oh, Duchov survives that grenade by the bare some margins. 1 inch here and there could have been things turning south for Duchov, but that didn't happen. Ked crawls back. And maybe he'll get their revival. And ALAP Esports not really in a hurry. They're holding. They're holding really well. And that insecurity now triggering in because the opening they created is going to go in vain because Ked got the revival. And it has been done. And ALAP Esports now takes the initiative. They move closer. Grenade will be hit on. Welcome, but that grenade won't cost welcome anything. Victoria misses this time. That DP, but Victoria moves ahead, knocks down a player. Welcome coming into action, moves ahead, goes for the 3-5, won't be able to knock down a player, switches onto the JS9. Uh-oh! Ked steps up, and ALAP Esports will be eliminated on 15th position. Moneymakers on the other end, they are going after Team EA. Player number 3 has been flushed. I don't know what name is this. I'm not really good at Urdu. Exotic Alliance, down to 2. Moneymakers were they able to bring Vic Bobber back into this game. I guess Vic Bobber has been permanently eliminated. And that's why Moneymakers, they're not really prioritizing a recall for now. Cross Boy has been flushed out. Vicious. Just 1 elimination. It was a hard recall phase for them. Just got 1 elimination. Lodos gets knocked out. So coming into action, Exotic Alliance looking forward to go for the retaliation on Moneymakers. And Spike, he has a high ground advantage, so maybe he will try to bother Team Exotic Alliance. He will try to put an end to their name. And now it's 13-13 of Exotic Alliance exploding on Default. 12-13. Oh, it's 13-13, alright. I was right. First place. Default trying to recall his teammate, goes for that left peak. He has an AUG. That's enough distance. Switches onto that SLK and he humbles 13-13 right there. So now the last man standing. He's disengaging. Well, he will be given an opportunity to recall his teammate maybe. But finally Vic Bobber has been recalled and he will step up now. And things are getting worse for Soul. So that was a 1v3, but now maybe it will be a 1v4. Vic Bobber hasn't been recalled yet. What's happening here? Still confused. Does Vic Bobber even have a recall? Dushov, he's out of this game. MTN Esports, I'm concerned about them. And I guess MTN Esports, their worries have ended. They've been given peace. They're out of this game. They are out of this game and they're eliminated on 14th position. Not a good way to start the grand finals, but this is Rondo, ladies and gentlemen. It's chaotic as always. Maybe Miramar or Erangel, they will try to turn the tide. Here goes in at the slamming on Team TGM by Team X1NW. And here comes in the first elimination for X1NW. They had to wait a lot for this first frag. Get off the mark. And all the other players now, Maloha closes in just to seek some revenge. Endless Esports from back in areas doing the third party. Even Mashka is knocked out. Maloha will be flushed out too. That's the end of TGM. They're eliminated on 13th position. Clutcher is knocked out. No, that's who is knocked out for now. Clutcher was low. He'll heal himself. And X1NW, are they the center of attraction? Because from back in the areas, Endless Esports, they are just raining those bullets on Team X1NW. And they are finding it very much difficult to settle down in this really small area. And what if Team Free Agents, even they check out here on X1NW? Then it will be game over. Sage. Team Sage very close, but maybe they will prioritize the climbing on Endless Esports as they are deep inside the circle. That will be a better decision in my opinion. During the deep inside position of the circle instead of the edge, but Aura gets knocked out. Reflex is the last man standing. Team Sage. Oh my goodness, they were not able to face Team X1NW and Endless Esports at the same time. They'll be given a reality check. Free Agents now going after Team X1NW. Those grenades going in from the high ground. Wade steps up and gets knocked out because of the grenade. And now Team FA, they need to become the smoke criminals. Terminus is onto the orc. FPP pushing out all the players. Endless Esports still bothering Team Free Agents. The revival is being provided. The flare cover steps up. Terminus could have got knocked out here. The close call there, and he's still on his knees. He's still on his feet. And his teammate is still on his knees. Will be brought back to his feet too. Bot is quietly sitting inside that vehicle, and maybe fallen agent, free agents, they won't get to know about Bot. But is he going to show trigger discipline? Terminus is right on his aim, and now maybe this is the time to knock down Terminus. And Terminus, will he be flushed out? Yes, he will be flushed out. Bot doing a great job, and again he sits inside the vehicle, and still there's no direct angle on X1NW. Alex gets knocked out. Alex gets knocked out by Tryhard Esports. So one of the players of Tryhard Esports. It was yours. And maybe this will be the second casualty for Team Free Agents. Well, Alex is being given that revival, so they don't really have to worry about this casualty anymore. 9 teams, 21 players. Even Team Kodiak playing brilliantly. Bot will be taken down. X1NW, finally they're eliminated. Team Free Agents, they'll be getting that frag which they deserve, which they could have gotten a long time before, and they could have avoided that casualty too. But I mean, that was such a chaotic situation. We cannot even blame Team Free Agents for the casualty they faced, and this is the kind of thing which most of the times happen. But I guess you should keep an eye on the vehicles as well that is so much close to you. Always for precautions, vehicles need to be checked. Wow, was it maybe who took down Tony? What a burst that was! Just a random spray he attempted, and that connected so well. Ioni barely surviving on 1 HP. Team Kodiak, they know. Ioni peaks, 20 knocks him down, and that's the end. Ioni gives up. Tams will be finished out, and that was Espada Esports who gets eliminated on 6th position. Team VC, even no, they're still in this game. 2 players. Tiger getting knocked out. Endless Esports down to 2. And Giro, maybe. And they'll be stopped by Team Fallen Agents. Free Agents, I'm sorry. Maybe they'll be stuck by Team Free Agents. Tryhard Esports. They're on the edge of the circle. Now, it will be so much difficult for them to travel, although they've kept their vehicles safe. But all the teams now, their attention will be drawn by Team Tryhard Esports. But right on the edge, maybe Endless Esports, they were in a fight. Then Giro will be taken down, and it's Team Kodiak will be securing 15th elimination for them. This team has gone crazy. This team has gone crazy, and they're just ripping off each and every team they're seeing right now. But they're still 70 meters away from the circle, and it's a wide open area. And you're going to deal with 2 teams from the sideline. It's going to be Team Vicious, and at the same time, it's going to be Team Free Agents. So you need to put a slam in on either one of a team. Will it be Vicious or will it be Free Agents? And I'm still waiting for Team KQ to figure it out. And maybe it will be Team Vicious, but Team Vicious, they start moving now, because they were out of the circle too. And did 20, and when he find a place inside the circle where the flare covers will be called in, the Doritos come in, and Team Kodiak, they make the situation manageable for them. Skaz knocking down yards of Team Tryhard. Safe track getting knocked out and open. Treble going for the revival. Frizzle gets knocked out by Shelby. Free Agents commanding the circle. Skaz moves up, jumping in, trying to cover as much as range as he can with those grenades. And for now, he's trying to eliminate Team Tryhard Esports from this game. Yars gets knocked out. Skaz, brilliant job done by this player. Treble again, going for the revival. Can this be the end now? Can this grenade be the charm? Skaz he didn't attempt any grenade now. He's still waiting for a better opportunity. And what about Team Vicious Esports? There was a really small portion of the circle. And now they are not even present inside the circle. They are just having the safe area. Few meters they are away from the circle. Not few, it is going to be 80 meters. Such a huge distance. When are they going to start moving? IC doesn't even have a vest. So it just kept getting worse. And just 3 eliminations for Team Vicious Esports out of this game. And maybe IC will move with this vehicle. He's getting to his Team Kodiak Esports. IC gets knocked out midway. Doran being the last man. 20 gets knocked out. Maybe Team Kodiak, they will start fading off after this knock they've faced. Tryout Esports is yours, enters the circle. He has a rock there. He has a small cover there, which is going to be enough. He's a solo man. And right now pinning down Team Kodiak Esports, but Kodiak Esports finds a way. Winning with a shot mine. And now maybe it's a 2v2 fight. It's Kodiak Esports versus Free Agent Scars. Will be finished off because of the blue zone. 18 eliminations Kodiak Esports has. Free Agents, they have 15 eliminations, maybe 15 or 16. 15 eliminations they have. A 2v2 fight. And Kodiak Esports, they fought like a warrior throughout the game. They need this winner chicken dinner. They need to put the final nail in the coffin. It will be satisfactory only if they do that. Will they be able to do so? Shelby doesn't even have a utility. 22 meters. Team Free Agents, they are out of the circle. And I would like to see what utilities they have to make their way to the circle. Because Alex, he doesn't have any smoke. Same goes with Shelby as well. Even he doesn't have any smoke. But it's Team Kodiak present inside the circle, not for now. And the blue zone will bother them first. And later it will bother Team FA. Now Frizzo at least have to knock down a player. Winnie. Does Winnie have enough time to get up and move ahead? But now both the players inside a small dip. Oh my goodness, that was brutal and it is all over. Winner chicken dinner for Free Agents with a total amount of 17 eliminations. What a way to start off the grand finals of Dope Community Series Week 1. Incredible. And that's the end of match number 1, which was Rondo. We'll be taking a short break, and right after the break, we'll be witnessing match number 2. Till then, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the game is on. Dope Community Series Grand Finals. Week 1. Here we go. Erangel it is. The most awaited map, I guess, in my opinion. I was waiting for this map. Because I know teams go crazy. They go nuts in Erangel. And this is the moment where they can prove me right. Flight Path is here, initiating from the northern regions of Lipovka, finishing off towards the western regions of Quarry, favoring the central regions of Erangel map. But heading towards Severny now becomes a hell of a task. Same goes with Stalber as well. But if you talk about Team Dope, they're trying to access Kameshki regions. Maybe they'll succeed, maybe they'll not. But one thing is true, that they'll get a vehicle for themselves. And they'll be able to access Kameshki, and maybe that will be a good rotation for them as well, if they just grab the northern highway. But we'll have to see where the first circle forms. It is favoring the eastern regions of Erangel map. So maybe Dope Esports, they will take their time and they'll go for a passive rotation towards the circle, because they are right now present inside the circle. Yasnaya Poliana, right now it's deep inside the circle and it's being accessed by two teams, Havoc Esports, and another team is present. That's going to be Team Kodiak, who got a second position in the last game. Free Agents, who got a winner chicken in the last game. So 3 top tier teams fighting at Yasnaya Poliana. Moneymakers, they are into action. Initial stages fights coming in from their side. I'm not at all surprised, because this is something you see most of the times from Team Moneymakers. Acid Red Bull, down to 2 players. Sim Sunrise only has been flushed out. That was an early stage casualty for Team ARP, and now they have to bear that, and they got to focus on this 2v4 fight. Default is running in open areas like anything. Sunrise, finally he had to compromise with his position and deal that fire, because that was kind of humiliating the opponents running in open areas right in front of him. But Sunrise finds a AWP for himself. Oh my goodness, he was trying to go for a smoke grenade, but immediately he got knocked out. Sunrise, I guess he couldn't hear the footsteps of his opponent, and that's the kind of confusion that happened there. Sunrise, he gets flushed out. Sam, last player surviving. Oh, Waltors won't leave a chance to spot him. And on 18th position, Team Acid Red Bull gets eliminated. Here we go. Pachinki, Team GR fighting against Team Vicious. Vicious had a decent last game. Bubble gets knocked out. RPOG gets taken out. He had no answer to that drop shot. And that's the end within a fraction of a second. Team GR gets eliminated on 17th position. And this is why I love Erangel, because teams play so much aggressively here. Teams are fearless. They love fighting here at Erangel. 17-15 team. That was a miserable first game for them. Rondo wasn't that great. But we'll have to see how far they can go here in Erangel. Nasty Bullets. They are present in the big city of Georgiapol. A lot of responsibilities on them. Exotic Alliance. In this game, they are playing with 4 players. 2 teams have been eliminated. One of them was a 3-player team. And now we are surviving with 16 players. 16 teams and 64 players, I'm sorry. Exponent W squaring up upon Team Endless Esports. They're trying to create a setup against Tiger. And is Tiger calling off his teammates? But Tiger doesn't know that there are teams in the outer skirts of this compound. And Tiger gets a surprise here. But Tiger somehow survives those sprays. And now he'll head towards his teammates in Endless Esports. Maybe they'll prepare themselves for this fight, or they will retreat towards the safe zone. Well, it depends completely on them. But I would like to see them fighting. I want this fight to happen. But maybe they'll prioritize the circle, because 2,300 meters. They're away from the circle, and maybe getting a position inside the circle, which will be much more profitable for them as compared to getting these 4 eliminations in the initial stages, because they've already had a bad last game. So Endless Esports will be looking forward to spend some good time here in Erangel and get them out of eliminations associated with placement points. But in the last game, maybe they got good amount of elimination points, but they were not at all associated with placement points, so they'll be focusing on that in this Erangel game. still some less fights are happening. ALP Esports, they're squaring up upon Team Moneymakers right on the rows of which they are. And maybe Moneymakers, they felt the presence too. So no chance was given by their side. In Voltors, he knows that guests have arrived. ALP Esports coming out of nowhere and a ambush kind of a setup done by Team ALP Esports, but Moneymakers, they know it very well. And Moneymakers is the kind of team, if they spot an opponent, they try to engage fights with them. But here, Moneymakers, maybe they're just trying to bait ALP Esports. They want ALP Esports to chase them, but that's something very much difficult to happen. And I don't think that ALP Esports will end up doing that. And Moneymakers will continue to head towards the circle. And maybe, for now, they're present inside the circle, but the point is to get the center of the circle, because the kind of circle that's formed right now, it's pretty obvious that circle will move for some centralized shifts. And Team Kodiak, the position they've secured, they'll spend a long time inside the circle. I can see that coming. Circle heading just towards Team Kodiak. The last game as well, they were really good in terms of predicting the circle. But just the end circle, when it mattered the most, ditched them. And they had to compromise with that winner-winner chicken dinner. But still, I mean, you are on the second position on the points table. But free agents coming in out of nowhere, and ALP Esports will be caught off guard. Wow, ALP Esports moved so rapidly that they reached Yasnaya Poliana so quickly. And free agents got a elimination start in this game. Supreme with that M249 4x scope. That was such a long range. But still he made some connections there, especially on Victoria. And that was a fluke, even he knows that. That was a fluke. And Victoria must be feeling so much unlucky that with an M249, a player is just doing formality of dealing shots on opponents, and those shots are being connected when the player doesn't even have the intention to connect those. I mean, even Supreme, I mean, he wasn't believing that those shots will get connected. And there was a rotational error maybe by Team ALP Esports. As we can see, the buggy is in a wide open area. Moneymakers, here they come. And now it's a competition of who is good at giving bursts. Supreme versus Big Bobber. Oh, now he switches on to that AKM. That's cheating. First, well, he was challenging his opponent with the M249, and then immediately switches on to a AKM. Salazar, last player of Team Nasty Bullets, but this time 17-15 team won't fail. Keeper did get knocked out. He'll get a revival. And Hayward, he's out of this game. Hayward gets finished out. So 17-15 now, they have to continue this game with just 3 players, which is a bit difficult. But you'll get some time to mourn, but you have to move on too. 15 teams and a total amount of 58 players are now alive. Stage 2 has been initiated. A centralized shift by the circle. Still KQ and the water areas inside the circle, but now in less proportion. And on the Novorepnoy Bridge, it's MTN fighting against Team Tryhard. And Tryhard has been dismantled. They've been devastated. Sora and Datrock, the dual ray of hope, surviving. And Sora is being surrounded by the players of MTN. Gradually, they are moving closer. Sora needs to escape, because the more time she spends here, the more deeper she digs the grave. Exims, which is the seed. What kind of a name is this? I'm not even able to pronounce it. If in the chat somebody knows this guy personally, can you please tell me what this name actually means? How do you pronounce this game? Just tell me. So much difficult. What do I call it? Exim? XMBZV? That's one. Oh my god, that's a tricky name. It's like a riddle. Leave it. Free agents, I guess they're trying to secure the buggy, or maybe they're trying to loot. What are they trying to do? They're trying to collect the loot from the loot box. The crate, they're trying to collect the loot, not the loot box, okay. That's a better word. Maybe free agents, they're having lack of utilities or resources here. Especially Shelby just has one first aid. And his teammates, oh my goodness, even Supreme just has one first aid. Alex having one first aid too. So lack of loot with Team Free Agents. Did they go for an early rotation or what? That's why they're lacking with loot. And for now, such a huge split is being maintained by their side. Skaz just trying to hold this compound just in case in the near future, if this compound becomes a better opportunity or a better option to hold inside the circle, just for that precaution, maybe Skaz is holding here, which is, in my opinion, a very good decision, a very brave decision, because the circle is now getting smaller and your distance with your opponents is getting less. So there is a possibility where out of nowhere that Slamming might come, and if it's a team like Moneymakers who doesn't even think twice before going for a Slamming, things will end rapidly. Skaz won't even get a time. Moneymakers, they will straight away close in, and maybe Skaz won't even get enough time to run, because they rush quickly. They don't waste any time. They don't wait for creating openings. As soon as they see an opportunity, they go for that slam. But I'm not talking about Moneymakers. I'm talking about a team who plays like Moneymakers. Moneymakers, they're on the northern edge, so we cannot even count them in this situation that they would go for a slam and out of nowhere. Moneymakers, maybe they're going after Team Havoc. Height advantage. With Bobber will keep trying, and now maybe Moneymakers, they're trying to move closer to Team Havoc. Team Havoc will keep on moving, not really in a mood to initiate this fight, but since they have 0 eliminations, I believe that Havoc Esports would like to initiate this fight with Team Moneymakers, and that is not what's happening right now. And I'm surprised to see how teams are playing so much cautiously. I mean, till now, the kind of impression European lobbies have created in my mind, that European lobbies are way, way aggressive. Because I'm Indian, guys. I'm from India, so Indian lobbies, this is the kind of gameplay you see from the Indian lobbies. Very much passive, just holding the compounds, moving according to the circle, avoiding fights in the initial stages, probably avoiding fights till the third circle. But European lobbies, till now, I mean, till Dope Community Series, I've seen European lobbies being very much aggressive, and I mean, they just go nuts. Especially in Erangel, they're very much aggressive. They don't even think twice before closing in or slamming in. But in this lobby, I mean, it's so much different. The teams are not rushing in. Teams are not really playing finishes oriented or eliminations oriented. Teams are playing very much patiently. And this is stage 3, ladies and gentlemen, which will be going for a northern ship. Moneymakers have a really good position inside the circle, the northern edge, and that's less crowdy. But right at the center is Team KQ now, and 20 is the last player surviving. So KQ had to move, and while moving, they faced a few casualties. And now, how devastating it must have been to the players, because there is a squad house which is completely vacant, and they could have just safely traveled to the squad house, and they could have faced no casualty. But instead, they faced a casualty in the nearby compound, and then 20, the last player, finding a vacant squad house. And now 20 is himself in a position where it's so much difficult for him to collect eliminations or to do the most of the part, which is getting a winner chicken dinner for his team. And last game was so much great. Here comes in the slam into, but 20 using his brain sharply just moves ahead and gets the opening created. And that's Dope Esports, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe the flush will come too. There goes in another grenade, and my goodness, 20 is so much sharp. Creates another opening. It's a 1v2 already. Can he convert this into a 1v3? Last 1v3 fight. A lot of responsibilities on Florin. In order to avoid this humiliation, he needs to win this 1v1 fight at any cost. 20, again, that grenade was right on target. Florin, right on time, just escapes that panic room. But this time, maybe. Oh, Florin survives this time too, and Florin gets knocked out. 20 is on hold under the league, and Bling got taken down by Team Tryhard. 20 is like a one-man army, isn't he? Team Kodiak still in this game, and Dope Esports didn't even see it coming. They get eliminated in 15th position. Wow. European lobbies at its best. European lobby at its best. 14 teams, 42 players. Team Havoc, are they into a chaos? Yep. ALA Peace was so much close to them. And yep, it is a chaotic situation. Right underneath Faker, 2 players surviving. Musa and maybe Wings wants to move closer, and Musa went too open just to create a small pathway for himself, and he'll be immediately punished. Maybe Wings wouldn't get a chance to move. Wings knocking down, terrible. Faker hasn't been spotted yet, and now Wings going after Team Good Minds, Team Great Minds. It's a close range battle, isn't it? No, not for now. Here goes in the grenade by Faker. Dybala gets knocked out. Now things have become easy for Faker, but he has to jump down now. He will surely jump down, gets the confirmation too. Wings on the other end, he's being bothered, and he is bothering Team TGM too. Oh, Daloa gets knocked out. Maloha gets knocked out, and Wings is on hold another league with his grenades. But now it's time to save his own teammate Musa. The finishers will be prioritized later. Uh-oh, Faker will be flushed out. Musa hasn't been revived, but he'll be revived. But only back in areas, I mean, the revival has been initiated. I thought Dybala was knocked out, and Dybala will be flushed out immediately. Attempts were being made, but success wasn't seeked by Faker. And unfortunately now Wings being the last man, just one elimination Team Havoc has. Fourth circle just got initiated. Western Archer by the circle. Team VC inside the circle. Moneymakers, they move to the edge just to fight, just to get more eliminations for them. And here goes in the slamming as well. And this is the Moneymakers I was talking about. They are so much violent. And try to understand this. Moneymakers heading towards the edge. Well, default, Dybala, there comes in the 6th elimination. And always Moneymakers, I mean, they have the greed of eliminations, they have the greed of finishes. And in this game as well, they wouldn't let that go down. And this is a really good thing. I love this. Whenever a team looks for eliminations, looks for fights, looks for banter, I just love it. That's why I love how Moneymakers they play. 7th elimination for them, and they are trying to convert this Erangel into the Rondo. In Rondo as well, maybe they had good eliminations, but they are trying to turn this Erangel into a Rondo game. They need eliminations. They love eliminations. I mean, they're addicted to it. That's the kind of game they play. And now Moneymakers, they headed towards the edge of the map. They went out of the circle to initiate that fight. And immediately, with that quick rotation, they into the circle too. A Decent God now. Oh, Decent God will get caught off guard. Here comes in the help too. Moneymakers. Vic Bobber has stopped nearby. And a grenade knocking down 2 players. That could happen, but Vic Bobber immediately cancelled that grenade. Oh, Vic Bobber gets knocked out. 17-15, I guess that is. Will be coming up for the third party. Spike barely survives at 10 HPs. Reflex, even he is knocked out. And maybe Defoe will try to save his own teammate Vic Bobber. It won't be easy, but he has to make it happen. And maybe 17-15 they have a high. If Defoe just goes behind that buggy, still his pixels will be revealed, and the revival will be difficult. The flash comes in too. There was Defoe with the grenade. Not Reflex. God, trying to fight back, and Decent God will be taken down with a Molotov. Team Save has been eliminated with absolute ease by Team Moneymakers. Effortlessly they win this fight. And now 10 teams and 28 players are alive. TGM, I guess they are eliminated from this game too, unfortunately. Those aren't bothering them. Team Havoc, their reign comes. Team Havoc gets eliminated on 10th position. 9 teams now, ladies and gentlemen, and total amount of 27 players. Kaz getting knocked out by the sidelines. Torin, right from the edge, that spray came. Team Vicious, I guess they are prioritizing that slam, and the opening they needed, they got it. And this is something fatal when you are inside the circle and you face the unnecessary knock. That's like inviting a slam in, but immediately Goa, he went for that slam in, and he was welcomed by his opponent with that grenade. The Supreme got up. Torin spots him. Torin is so much low, and he'll become unlucky because he connected a shot there, but that one shot wasn't enough. But Shelby gets knocked out too. Flexi maybe. Alex, that is, who is the last player surviving for Team FA. The second last player, Supreme, he wasn't knocked out there. He'll heal himself. Enough amount of information has been collected maybe by Team Vicious. And they close in for the slam in. Oh, Narvalov, too much low he is. I see. You need to help out your own teammate. Narvalov gets knocked out. And maybe it's Team Motion who's continuously doing that third party. Team MTN bothering Team VC continuously. And I see he's in such a wide open area. And by the time he reaches, maybe FA will execute all those survivors. And now, he takes down Alex. But the blue zone wouldn't let Icy clutch Team FA. Was that the blue zone? Tiger finishing MM's Wick Bobber. Maybe Moneymakers. Yep, that was the blue zone. Will be eliminating Icy. Team Vicious. Moneymakers, they're eliminating too. And this is a golden opportunity for Team Free Agents to get back-to-back 2 winner-winner chicken dinners. They're in the top 6. They have all those Infinity Stones. They have all their 4 players alive. But not the Circle. I mean, you need the end Circle favor too. But that's not what they have. And only X1NW is present inside the Circle. But with just 2 players, that are inside a wooden shack. Completely submissive. And if any team closes in, I mean, they'll lose their calm. Those grenades coming in. 1 grenade destroys the hopes of X1NW. That's the end for them. They get eliminated on 6th position. Sora, that was. Will be putting a full stop on X1NW. Now, 1715's heaven. Even he himself is trapped inside that Simmons shack. And comparatively, it's difficult to breach this shack with a grenade. And maybe now heaven will start moving. But that will be a free gift to his opponent. He starts moving in. That will be so much easy for Endless Esports to get that frag. And has the job been done? Well, Endless Esports, they're not wasting time behind this one finish. But here we go. Free Agents. Free is that opening. Alex finishing Exim. Dusho. Lastly, surviving for Team Motion. Evan gets finished out because of the blue zone. Grenade was right on target. Shelby won't make a mistake. Team Motion gets eliminated on 4th position. 3 teams and total amount of 8 players are now alive. Free Agents out of the circle. All the teams are out of the circle. Tryhard Esports, even they are out of the circle. But if they get to know that no team is present inside the circle, I mean, they can act quick. There goes in the grenade again. Endless Esports again having that higher advantage. And they can make those grenades work. But the vehicle slid down the ridge. And now they have the vehicle to travel towards the circle. They have to travel on their feet. And that will draw attention of players towards them. Shelby. But he knows where Team Tryhard Esports is hiding for now. Shelby goes for the grenade. Won't be on target. Won't be on point. Endless Esports trying to create that smoke pathway. And Free Agents, I mean, one of the players should enter the circle. That will be like a precaution. Side by side, you can get these eliminations too. I know they're important, but getting a win is more important because you're getting 10 more eliminations. But Tiger knocking down Shelby. Oh no, this should not happen. Free Agents should not throw this winner chicken dinner. Trust me. Supreme knocking down Tanjiro. Tiger knocking down Sora. Zeptrak. Last player surviving, and it's almost game over. The blue zone is bothering Zeptrak. It is all over. He gets finished out because of the blue zone. Winner chicken dinner number 2 for Team Free Agents. Back-to-back 2 winner chicken dinners. This time a bit less eliminations. Just 6, but total amount of 16 points. And since Team Kodiak had a bad game, it will be a huge lead Free Agents having over them. For sure. Well, now it's time to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back in match number 2. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stoke Community Series Grand Finals Week 1. And now it's time for the toughest map to be played. It's time for Miramar. Fasten up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because this Miramar is going to be a hell of a ride. Here we go. The flight path is initiating from Minas del Sur, finishing off towards the eastern regions of Truckstop, favoring the southern regions of Miramar map. Heading towards the central regions, quite difficult. Heading towards the northern regions, very much difficult. Maybe teams won't even try to head towards the northern regions. Well, multiple teams are heading towards the western strip, I guess Villa del Mar. If not, then maybe both these teams, that is Team X1NW and I guess TGM, will try to secure vehicles from the western highway and they will try to access El Pozo. And the question is, which regions will be favored by the first circle? Will it be the central regions of Miramar? Just a second. Will it be central regions of Miramar or the northern regions? What kind of a circle? Alright, the northern region circle, we'll see. And maybe a water treatment finish, maybe a outskirts of Crater Fields kind of a finish we'll see from this game. Anything can happen. Maybe a complete northern edge finish might take place too. But one thing is true, that teams are not fighting in the initial stages. If we talk about Team Endless Esports, they headed towards Partona. HV headed towards Shumacera. And Team Vicious, maybe they'll head towards Monte Nuevo. The glide continues of TGM. The glide continues of Team Dope Esports as well. Maybe they're heading towards El Azhar. 1715 heading towards El Azhar as well. Picado got access by Team Kodiak. I guess that's Team Espada Esports, who is right in the western regions of Picado. So there is a chance where Team Kodiak might get their hands on Team Espada Esports. But 1715, they're indulged in a drop clash. And the worst thing here is that they are in a sandwich situation. They are surrounded by Team Dope Esports from two angles, from their front and from their back too. But I'd like to see whether if Team Kodiak will get their eyes on Team Espada Esports or not. And for now, I don't think so they'll be able to do that. Yep. But Heaven has been knocked out. 1715 Esports, ugly start for them. And that was an ugly position too. Another player gets knocked out. It's Nixios this time. Xenios this time. 1715. Xenos this time it is. These names are quite confusing. But Xenos gets flushed out. Hayward and Taper. Dual Ray of Hope surviving. And soon maybe they will see the end too. Taper! Didn't even know that Florian climbed up the stairs. But Dope Plane gets knocked out in a wide open area. Hayward might look forward to flush him out. And if that happens, Dope Esports will have an ugly start from this game. Again, Alexis troubling Hayward. Headshot connections made again. And now Hayward doesn't even have enough amount of healings. And now it's time to see how much quick his reflexes are. Alexis again bothering Hayward. Hayward right now is trying to find a first hit for himself. That's why Left Fate won't be able to make this valuable connection. Again, try it. Oh, the door didn't open right on time. But still Hayward. He's breathing. And there's so much intense. Finally he'll be taken down. But Florian, look at him, how low he is. Here he's surviving at 10 HP. And this was not at all a good decision in my opinion. Florian took too much risk for this 1v3. If he had got knocked out here, I mean, he could have got flushed out too. He could have got knocked out. He could have got flushed out. If he would have got knocked out, he could have got flushed out. I'm quite bad with my English grammar. I'm learning, guys. Just spare me. Just forgive me for my mistakes. First circle favoring the northern regions. Now all the teams maintaining a really good distance with each other. And most of the teams, they are even focusing on rotations as well. Aura. Wow. His helmet and vest is so much damaged. MTN versus X1NW happening somewhere in the corner of the map. X1NW's Watts gets knocked out. Camper, Clutcher. Both of them not in a fight. But maybe Camper, he's indulged in a fight. Yup. Camper sitting right in the corner. MTN Esports has to shoot a search warrant by the name of Camper. And Clutcher is running somewhere else. Clutcher is way away from his teammate Camper. Maybe he was separated because he wanted to get some vehicles for X1NW. Maybe the intentions are to collect some important placement points from this game. But Camper gets knocked out. How did Ked spot him? How did he get to know that Camper was sitting in the corner? That could be anything. But Clutcher finally found a bus. That bus is going to be of no use, because he's the last player surviving here. Could have been better if he had his teammates with him. Now he'll be feeling lonely. GRX, Gentleman, gets knocked out. Gets flushed out immediately. Team Sage coming into action. And Mafia is the last player surviving for Team GR. He's in truck stop. So much far away from his teammates, and he's fighting maybe Team Sage at this point. And Mafia doesn't even have enough amount of healings. And he steps back from that fight. Kakashi. But he's having a chat with DRG26. I wonder what they are saying to each other. Cobra, being the last man of Team Alip, has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulder. And can Cobra go for a 1v4 against Team Nasty Bullets? Well, Nasty Bullets, they do really have nasty bullets. It won't be that easy for Cobra. And Nasty Bullets now trying to look for Cobra. And eventually Cobra ends up in open areas, but takes down 2 players. You gotta be kidding me. He's running fast as he can. Another player now closing in from Nasty Bullets. Left peek by Cobra, but unfortunately Papi takes him down. And it was a 1v3 situation. And almost he got it done. Finally, Cobra will be taken down, and that's the end. ALIP Esports gets eliminated on 18th position. Had a miserable Miramar. Had a miserable Erangel too. And a Rondo. So now only 2 games are remaining. It will be Erangel again. And after that, we might head to his Rondo. So they need to figure out what's wrong, and they need to get their things in order. And should perform well in the last 2 games. Moneymakers hasn't seeked any finish. Moneymakers isn't running behind finishes. This is something new. Something rare we see. Well, they've got an elimination. Moneymakers has a elimination with them. So they proved me wrong. They're still running behind eliminations. They're still looking for more eliminations. Free Agents versus Team Kodiak. 2 big teams fighting right in the initial stages of the game. And this is epic. Well, the second circle has been initiated. Second circle moving for an eastern shift. Ellis are right on the edge of the circle. And deep inside the circle, it's Team Kodiak, Free Agents, and maybe Nasty Bullets. They will participate in this fight too. So it's just a matter of time. Free Agents, for now, they are trying to create an opening over Team Kodiak. A knock, maybe. And Team Kodiak, they have to keep one thing in their mind. As they are being favored by the circle, they need to stop giving unnecessary opportunities to their opponents to go for a slam-in. So just avoid those excessive peaks. Just sit in the corner. And since you're already prioritizing placements over finishes, why not completely do it? But Frizzo has some other things on his mind. Well, exchange of weapon there. 20, I guess he's more comfortable with them for 16. Frizzo will borrow his AUG. And the dead pace now coming in. The dry air coming in. A silence. Quietness in the map. Calm before the storm, which is called. And surely Nasty Bullets, they must have heard the gunshots. They'll take a check too. Team Havoc. Rotating, sharing vehicles. 0 eliminations till now. Well, Team Havoc, even they have a really good gun power. But the thing is that they are not able to execute it well. They need to execute it well. That is the only way, maybe. They'll be able to get the position, the desired position on the points table. 17 teams, 57 players are still alive. No fights. happening anywhere. And the kind of circle this is, I mean, most of the teams are present inside the circle if you do some analysis. So maybe now we'll be seeing more of eastern shifts by the circle. And the later on, maybe the 7th, 8th, 9th will be a western art shift. The question is, will the game, I mean, be so long for us to witness 7th, 8th, 9th circle, or it will end before that? The rotations, if you talk about endless esports, I mean, they've reached the end of the map. They've reached the end of Miramar. They're grabbing that Western Edge Highway, and they are choosing a very long pathway to enter the circle. Northern Edge, surely it's completely vacant, so you can grab the Northern Edge to enter the circle. Free agents, they won't be stabbed in the back for maybe a few more minutes, but once Endless Esports they are able to access the Northern Edge, then maybe free agents they'll be bothered. Moneymakers on the other end, and their eyes are on Team EA Exotic Alliance, and Moneymakers always take the initiative, and this time as well they are trying to take the initiative. They're trying to move closer. TGM knocking down Espada's Frostboy and Espada Esports. Slitch finished out. Frostboy is knocked out. Ioni, last player surviving. Running away from this fight, I guess. Running away or moving closer. Well, Ioni, whatever the scenario is, he won't ever run from a fight. And Ioni knocks down a player immediately. Espada Esports, well, their hopes have rise with Ioni's creating this opening. With Ioni creating this opening. Now the one last one left, and Mashka, just one bullet will be enough to take down Ioni. A pixel peak right on the head, that bullet lands. That's the end of Espada Esports. But Havocs, wow. Immediately they prioritize a Slamin. A third party coming in by Havocs immediately. But TGM is ready to go all in to set this compound on fire, because all their 4 players are alive. Situation became manageable. And Havoc Esports, I mean, not really a good way to go for that slamming. Not really a good time to go for that slamming, because TGM made that situation manageable, and eventually it becomes a 4v3. Terrible gets knocked out. Faker with that brilliant flying angle. Wings in close range. Let's see how much impactful he is. Husa from back in the areas, even he's closing in. Zinc gets that flush immediately, and Zinc is alone, who's moving upstairs. And now that grenade might bother 2 players. Havoc needs to move back. Maloha. Oh, that gate was shut there. Maloha still goes for the grenade, makes no connection. Here comes in the Molotov too. And now pressure is rising on Maloha. Oh, Wings using all his mind, using that small railing to crawl and get access through that window. Trying to make short connection to the back of Maloha. And Maloha unfortunately steps out of the room and lands directly in the crosshair of his opponent. That was Zinc. And that's the end of team TGM. TGM gets eliminated on 16th position, and that was a one-sided fight. Havoc Esports didn't face no trouble, and this is what I was talking about. Havoc Esports, they have such a great gunpowder. All they need is a good execution, and maybe they heard me. That was a brilliant execution by Havoc Esports. Using all their experience, Faker creating that flank angle, bringing in the first opening, the first knock. Superb that was. On the eastern edge, that is the end of Dope Esports. They're eliminated on 14th position. Moneymakers get 2 more extra finishes. But Poppy, what's he trying to do here? Salazar, from back in areas, he might check out some spores. Oh! Spike gets knocked out. Poppy moving closer. Salazar, as I said, he might check out some shots there. Voltus is so much low. Poppy needs to be accurate with this Molotov. The retaliation comes into and Walters gets knocked out. Papi switches onto that Mini 14. Rick Bobber will be bothered, and Rick Bobber immediately steps back. He avoids the revival as he knows. Closing in will be an absolute suicide. Moneymakers will surely keep this thing in mind. They'll come back later for retaliation, but now it's time to consolidate. It's time to compromise. Vicious down to 3. Narvalo, he's out of this game. And they're fighting Team Motion. 3 eliminations Team Motion has. Tanjiro, he'll see his end. Endless Esports down to 2. Florin and Steph. 2 array of hope for Team Endless Esports. Stage 4 has been initiated. Western Heart by the Circle. Yup, this is what I was talking about. We might see continuous Eastern shift by the Circle. And all of a sudden it would go for a complete Western Heart shift. That has happened now. But I just predicted the stage where this happened. That was wrong, which I predicted. The stage which I predicted where this would happen, that was wrong. I said that 7, 8, 9 might go for a Western Heart shift. But right, the 4th circle, right here, the 4th circle goes for a sharp Western Heart shift. Completely breaking and dismantling the predictions of teams. And maybe now Team Kodiak, they should start moving to the circle. 356 meters there away. That's going to be a huge distance for them. They should start moving right here, right now. And they're taking shots on Team Free Agents. Skaz, he has that Mini 14. Are Free Agents still inside the circle? Yup. Supreme is present inside the circle. Maybe Skaz will move along with the blue zone. Maybe he won't let Team KW move. Team KQ move. Salazar is still moving. Can those vehicles be damaged? Can Free Agents do that? But Team KQ, they're straight away closing in. They're heading towards Team Free Agents. And in between, that's Team Sage, who was trying to cut off the rotation of Team Kodiak. And Skaz, he saw that he will be all alone here. So he needs to get back to his teammates. He got to regroup, because staying alone and fighting the entire lineup of Team Kodiak, well, that's going to be a hell of a battle. So instead, he turned the situation into an easy task for him himself. Supreme, but he's still holding that ridge. And he is still present inside the circle. Might surprise 20 there. Oh, almost a ran over. Almost a ran over happened there. 20 will be taken down. Team Kodiak, a surprise for them. They're down to 3. Frizzle. He goes for the grenade. It's a long range. But he sees connections. Not for now. No connection will be made. Supreme still stands and face behind that small ridge. And Team Kodiak, losing the 2 players now. Last Dylan will be sent back to the lobby. Team Kodiak stuck in this 2-4. Even Alex has been flushed out. Shelby. And for that massive spray on Frizzo. And maybe it's time for Frizzo to get eliminated from this game. But Supreme gets knocked out. Winnie having a off-guard angle. But Winnie herself is so much low. Winnie attempts another spray. Not enough this time. Frizzo gets knocked out. And Team Free Agents, they need to keep this thing in mind that they have to eliminate Winnie. But more important than that is saving their own teammate. Shelby on time eliminates Winnie. KQ gets eliminated on 13th position. And maybe Free Agents will save their knocked teammate. Moneymakers. Oh, so much difficult. The vehicle has been burnt out. The vehicle exposed. And it's so much unlucky for default. He almost entered the circle, but the vehicle exploded right on his face. And he gets knocked out. And he immediately gave his finish to his opponents. Exim. Even he's out of this game. Team Motion stuck behind the vehicle. Not enough space. They have to move. They got to deploy those smokes. It will take some time. But where are they going to go? Because if not Team Vicious, then the blue circle will come after them. Their vehicle is smoked out. Koa goes for the burst. Big Bobber will be taking down Moneymakers. Early elimination for them. They get eliminated on 11th position. Free Agents. Closely. They are watching teams present inside the circle. Papi this time will be targeted by Shelby. That's a whole other thing that he didn't get no connections there on Papi. Maybe he'll try again. And maybe he won't. Oh, I see. Knocking down Matic of Team Motion. Team Motion, they're eliminated on 8th position. Dusha War taken down by Doreen. 7 teams and 21 players. Free agents. They have a really good area with them, but they have to move quite a few steps ahead to enter the circle. Shelby gets a surprise by Florin. It's Endless Esports right under the nose of Team Free Agents. Supreme will be taken down by Salazar. Free Agents. They won't get 3 consecutive winner chicken dinner. This time it will be a new team getting their hands on winner chicken dinner. Faker knocking down Papi of Team Nasty Bullets. Salazar, last player surviving. Team Havoc, I believe in them. My bet is on them. I feel like Team Havoc might get their hands on winner chicken dinner. But how can we keep Team Exotic Alliance out of the contention? And even Team Tryhard Esports. Team Tryhard Esports has really tried their very best. Just one elimination they've got. They've been playing so much passively till now. And now it's time to seal the deal. 5 teams, 15 players. 13-13 gets knocked out. Maybe it's a close range fight. Exotic Alliance fighting against Team Vicious. Shaw trying to breach. Doran with that grenade. Won't tap it. And now he has to close in. That S12K. That grenade. Oh, Doran knocking down Shaw with that pump shotgun. Soul. Last man surviving for Exotic Alliance. Far away he is from the circle. 30 meters. Not a small distance. And Doran takes him down. Gets a extra frag. But now Team Vicious, they're out of the circle. Salazar is moving straight away towards Team Vicious first. Doran will pop in that first aid. He'll heal himself. And he traces down Salazar. NB gets eliminated on 4th. 3 teams now and 10 players alive. And I can feel the nerves now. Zink knocking down Koa. Maybe Icy will get trapped too. Doran might be the only player entering the circle from Team VC's side. Did they get enough breathing space to revive their players right on the edge? Yes, they do. But Havoc Esports, they straight away close in. This is what aggressiveness looks like. Doran. Oh, he made 2 connections with that pump shotgun, but those weren't enough. And Faker now gets knocked out. Zink is so much low. Maybe it will... Oh, he healed himself. I thought he'll need some time to heal himself, but he made it right on time. And it's a 2v4 fight. Yars overcoming in Lord. This could be fatal for Tryhard Esports. Zink won't fail. Yars gets knocked out. And now, Havoc Esports, they don't have much breathing space. Zink is the last man standing. Knocks down another player. Another player he takes down. Sora versus Zink is the last 1v1 left. Havoc Esports. Oh my goodness, they won't get that winner chicken dinner. It's so much sad to see. Havoc Esports. They'll be getting hashtag 2 after so many attempts they made. Winner chicken dinner taken by Team Tryhard. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Zink was unstoppable there. 4 eliminations by Zink, 3 by Wings, makes it 7, total 11 eliminations secured by Team Havoc. And a hashtag 2. Short break time, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with match number 4. Then stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the map of Erangel. Top Community Series Grand Finals Week 1, and here we go. It's time for Erangel, and the flight path is here. The flight path initiating from the southern regions of Miltapar, finishing off towards the big city of Georgiapur, favoring the central regions of Erangel map, but pretty decent flight path. I mean, will help the teams to access the central regions. Heading towards northern regions will be a hell of a job. Heading towards the southern regions as well will be a hell of a job. I'd like to see now teams, are they really going to play passive in this Erangel game, or they are going to go absolutely nuts. I'd like to see. For now, 17-15, maybe they'll head towards Mota. Dope Esports trying to access Prison. TGM dropping on Farm Strip. And I guess Havoc Esports got a brilliant winner chicken dinner in the last game. Now, Havoc Esports got a hashtag too in the last game. And Havoc Esports, they are heading towards Yasnaya Poliana. First circle has been initiated, ladies and gentlemen. First circle favoring the central regions of Erangel, the eastern regions as well. And for now, even the southern regions, some regions of the southern regions of the map are present inside the circle. We can count in Noripnoi and military base, because they are present inside the circle. Two teams heading towards Pachinki. Multiple teams heading towards Rozhok, so a lot of drop clashes and gunfights coming from the initial stages. Team VC versus Team GR happening right in the initial stages of this game. Fight coming in from Pachinki, and Koa has a pistol in his hands, so maybe he will be trapped first. But his opponents doesn't know that he has a pistol right now. Narrow, constantly going for those pre-fires, and now he's out of bullets. He is out of bullets. Koa finding out a Uzi, and that's gonna be a blessing for him. A boon. Finding out a Uzi where he was not even finding anything for himself. He just had a pistol. But now, maybe things will turn. But all of a sudden, the GR is moving a little bit back. Avoiding this fight maybe? Or disengaging? Trying to? Are they trying to disengage? KQ faces a casualty right in the initial stages. Ugly stuff for them. And that was the only first game where Team KQ played well. After that, they've been falling apart. X1NW, they are fighting in Rozhok against Moneymakers. Now, Moneymakers is not the kind of team you'd pick a fight against right in the initial stages. So, this is like digging your own grave. And let's see what happens now. Alep Esports right in the outer skirts. And maybe Alep Esports, after looting school apartments, they will go for that third party. Look at the amount of teams present in your snap. Well, I guess 4 or 5 at least. 3. Havoc Esports, they're trying to head to his Yasnaya Poliana. They'll access the biggest building of Yasnaya Poliana, maybe. The most loved building. I don't know what it's called, but I'd call it as the most loved building around the corner of Yasnaya Poliana. Flitter right now, he's knocked out. Camper bot, the dual ray of hope surviving. Vic Bobber goes for the pre-fire. He knows that Camper is right in the house in front of him. But he doesn't have a vest. Maybe that's what's stopping him from initiating that fight. Wow, what a grenade that was by Spike. Camper gets knocked out. Immediately he gives up. Bot is the last man surviving now. And now Action Bot. But he doesn't have much resources with him. Just a grenade. Maybe his position is not that much kind of really revealed. What is Loros trying to do? He's driving that vehicle in open. M249 he has. Oh my goodness, this area. This wall won't allow him to scope in. Oh, he was spotted by Vic Bobber. Moneymakers. They have sharp eyes, don't they? Moneymakers get 4 early finishes for them. 3 teams have been already eliminated from this game. Even VC, they're out. TGM coming into action, 17-15 fighting against them. Fight coming in from the farm strip. Wow, there were so many compounds present on this farm strip. Could have chose anyone, but TGM chose the one where team 17-15 were already looting. And unfortunately now TGM, they lost a player, but Aloha knocking down Heaven so terribly. He won't be stabbed in his back, but terribly. Can see the opponents climbing up those stairs. Maloha would like to flush out his opponent. Wow, Maloha. That was a close call. Where's Mashka? Why are you behind? So pressurizing on Maloha. And must push in for this 1v1. Because that's just one player in front of him. And Maloha instead, he is retreating, he's falling back. And maybe creating trouble for himself. Because after this revival is executed, it will be a 1v4. But if just Mashka closes in, it will be a 2v4. Maybe he'll be getting some assistance. And that's Taper, who has a wide angle. From the sidelines, he'll be bordering Mashka. Maybe he's trying to cut off the flank angle of Taper. But Mashka sits inside that vehicle, and as soon as he sat Taper, sharp bullets will penetrate his vest, and that's the end of Team TGM. They get eliminated on 15th position. Now 14 teams are alive, and all the other teams, they're fighting. Look at this, nasty bullets. They are fighting in the outer skirts of Turkey. And straight away, that Slamming will be gone. Which team that was? That was Endless Esports. They're down to 3 players. Steph maybe, Tanjiro, Tiger. 3 are surviving. And they're in Turkey right now. Their teammate Florin was in the outer skirts. And Florin did her very best. Got 1 elimination for the team. Didn't get eliminated from this game empty-handed. Espada Esports versus Team Moneymakers. And two of the players of Moneymakers, 2 of the players of Espada Esports have been knocked out, I guess. Or this is just 1 elimination secured by Moneymakers. Okay, just 1 player has been trapped. 3 players are still alive. And Moneymakers will try to chase them down. This is what Moneymakers are known for. They don't really give a damn about what's happening in the lobby. They just run behind eliminations. And they're just majestic to watch. They just delight to watch. And again now, they try to chase the players. This time it's Frostboy who has been trapped. But Big Bobber is not really able to trace. Oh my god, Spike. Where is your focus? Wasn't able to drive a vehicle properly. The back shots coming in. Frostboy has been knocked out with that vehicle burst. Moneymakers immediately changed the direction. And now heading towards Ione, who is inside that house all alone. But that Sledge will be caught off guard and open, and Sledge gets knocked out too. And now it's time for Ione to get eliminated. Espada Esports just falling apart. But right behind them it's Team Motion and Moneymakers. They need to be very much careful, because if a lot of players get knocked out, then maybe it will be easy for Motion to do that third party. But Ione will be taken down, and Team Motion, they had the gunshots, so they are preparing themselves to go for this third party. Even Team Motion had a terrific start in this game. 4 eliminations they already have in their pocket, and they are filled with confidence, filled with enthusiasm, looking forward to get some more eliminations for them. But Moneymakers, they're so good at moving, they waste no second. Oh, Maytag, that was a really close call, and as Default trapped behind the rock. Maytag gets knocked out, but Default gets knocked out too, and there was a really small area. He didn't have much room there. And that was pretty much obvious, to get knocked out behind that small rock. Vic Bobber, even he himself is too much low. Spike getting knocked out and way open. Vic Bobber being stabbed in his back. And Moneymaker is falling. Moneymaker is down to 1 player. Lodo as it is. And what is his intentions now? Is he continuing this fight, or Moneymakers, they are surviving now in this game? There's not much left for you Loaders in this grand finals maybe. So it's better to continue this fight maybe. But Loaders, he's smart enough. 8 eliminations have been secured by Team Moneymakers already. Oh, the vehicle skids. The vehicle drifts. Loaders still having the control over the buggy. But this time I guess the back tire has been penetrated. Or not. Not yet. The buggy is still intact. So now 8 eliminations Moneymakers have. And if Moneymakers, they get some important placement points from this game, 4 or 5. I mean, that could be an average point a game. So that's the motive of Moneymakers maybe, because the whole lobby is very much aggressive. So not a doubt that easily they'll be able to get placements from this game, because just 13 teams are alive. And here goes Team Nasty Bullets again. Again they're fighting. Down to 2 they are, Leo and Wack Cuisine. Oh, Vasquez. Vasquez and Leo. Still surviving. They're targeting Team MTN. And now with this TMR. I don't even know the name of this TMR. Anybody in the comment section can let me know, please. It will be a help for me. Oh, no. Leo, as soon as he sat inside the vehicle, he got knocked out. And maybe XM will move ahead and finish out Leo. Vasquez, he was able to revive his teammate Papi at the cost of Leo, maybe. XM. Now he's behind a rock, and XM gets knocked out. He got knocked out because of the blue zone. That's so much unfortunate. Maybe Vasquez won't get that confirmation. Motion. Wait for the reckless push. Vasquez gets knocked out. Papi, where are you? Papi headed towards XM, and XM could have just avoided to give his elimination to his opponent because he got knocked out because of the blue zone. The one bullet connection was needed there, and that will be made 10 eliminations for MTN. And easily they'll be making it to the top 11. We started with a total amount of, I guess, 17 teams? Maybe 18? I don't remember the number of teams played in this game. I'll need to check out. Alright, we started with a total amount of 18 teams, ladies and gentlemen, and now only just 11 are remaining, so I knew it, that the lobby would go nuts, and that happened. Circle number 3 is about to initiate. Peace was still sitting in Milta, playing too much cautiously. Alexis is out. KQ gets that confirmation. Dow Peace faces a casualty. They're down to 2 players. Alexis was in way too open area. And Team Kodiak, I mean, they have nothing to lose, a lot to win. That's why they are going to play aggressively. Already they faced 2 casualties. No point of playing passive. Even if they get a winner chicken dinner through holding and camping, it won't really make a difference in the points table. Because just after that first game, that was a huge downfall for Team Kodiak. And no matter what they do, they won't be able to get the hashtag 1. But if just they play aggressive and get tons and tons of elimination, dozens of eliminations for them, that's the only way maybe they'll be able to bring a change. So they're trying for it. Friezo is in a way too open area, so he gotta watch his back. Because a lot of teams will start moving now. The 3rd circle has been initiated. And now here comes in the passive approach from the teams. And that was pretty much obvious that Team Free Agents is gonna play passive in this game. Because they are in contention. They got back-to-back 2 winner chicken dinners. Just the last game was a blunder for them. The Rondo. The last game was Miramar, yeah. They got a winner chicken dinner in they got a winner chicken dinner in Rondo. In Erangel, Miramar, they fumbled. But now it's time for Erangel. It's time to repeat the story for Team Free Agents and get the job done, get the winner chicken dinner, and rise back again on the points table. And that's why they're playing so much cautiously. And when you have such a great position inside the circle, why would you mess it all up? ALA Peace Bros using a very long route to enter the circle using the circumference. But it's Team Kodiak, Friezo and Winnie. There's 2 players. Oh, now it's Team Motion as well. And Team Motion is the team who is gonna play aggressive. It's the same story for them as well. They have a lot to win, but nothing to lose. That was a great cover given to Dusho, but this time it wasn't enough. Maytek, a bit far away. Cobra has been spotted, and Cobra will be taken down. There was a tree in between. But Maytek didn't even care about that tree, just penetrated those leaves, those branches, knocking down his opponent Cobra, flushing him out too. Despite of that obstruction in between, Such a great spray that was, using all his experience, I mean. And 13th elimination for Team Motion. 17-15. Are they gonna go aggressive too? There goes in the spray by Exynos. That's Havoc Esports, yep. Wings that was. Just 2 players surviving for Havoc Esports. Wings and Faker. And maybe Taper is trying to chase down Wings. Here comes in the blue zone too. And Wings will feel the urge to move towards the circle. And I mean, that's a great decision. That's a good decision. Wings felt that a player has already closed in. Felt the presence of Taper. Even Taper now dealing those shots. But immediately after the 5th circle initiating, the blue zone will be much more ruthless. But this is the 4th circle and there's a hell lot of time for the 5th circle to initiate. Southeast inserted by the circle. Faker, does he have a vehicle? If he doesn't, Wings will need to give him a lift to the circle. The buggy, the back tires have been penetrated, in my opinion, I guess. Are they? Yep. The back tires have been penetrated. But maybe Faker he has another buggy. Exynos on the other end gets knocked out. And it's Tef, maybe, of Team Endless Esports knocking him down. Exynos was way too away from his teammates. And 17-15. Not really closing in. But they made a statement that they're ready for this fight. What about the solo player surviving for Motion? Matic. Inside the shack he is now. And already now 13 eliminations have been secured by Team Motion. It will be stupid if they just go nuts. Now it's time for them to get some placement points as well. And if Maiden gets a winner chicken dinner, definitely he is going to get more opportunities to add on more eliminations. But if he gets a winner chicken dinner, I mean, straight away 23 points out of a single game. 23 or 25 points out of a single game. That will bring Motion back into contention, and they can get more and more cash for them. They can try to win more and more cash for themselves. That should be the priority for now. The priority should be finishing at the best position on the points table. If not 1, then at least 2. Not 2, then at least 3. Not 3, then at least 4. That should be the priority. And maybe Team Motion, they are trying to make a positive impact on the points table in Dope Community Series Grand Finals of Week 1. So each and every impression matters. And that's what Team Motion is trying to do. Team GR, they had a really great game till now. 8 eliminations for them. Bablu not contributing in terms of finishes. Even if you talk about Team Free Agents, they had a great game till now. But, I mean, 0 eliminations. Free Agents just easily making it to the top 10. But I remember the Rondo winner chicken dinner, the Erangel winner chicken dinner. Free Agents, they worked hard in that game. Here, this hashtag 10 was comparatively easy. But the Rondo winner chicken dinner, Erangel winner chicken dinner, they deserved. They earned that winner chicken dinner. That wasn't easy. That winner chicken dinner didn't come easy at all. Lotus still alive. Wow, that's amazing. Lotus is still alive. Motion is still alive. Frizzo wanted to trace down the players of Free Agents. Is Frizzo inside the circle? No way, he's not. Circle moves for a southern ship. Endless Esports. They face another casualty. They're down to 2 players now. 2 of the players have been eliminated from this game. Z-Track. Zev-Track will be getting knocked out. Flush comes in immediately. Heaven. Maybe he'll be getting their frag. And now the back tire of the buggy is maybe penetrated. Is it? But the buggy is completely smoked out. The back tire has been penetrated too. So Sora, he does need a lift. But Yars, goodness, he straight away headed towards 17-15. Got a bit emotional maybe. And he wanted to seek revenge of his teammate over Team 1750. GRX on the other end, they are fumbling. What? Within a fraction of a second, GRX has been eliminated from this game. We couldn't even cover up this fight. Free Agents, they are so much quick in terms of wiping their existence out of their opponents. What a play. Friezo will be fleshed out. 9 teams, 16 players. Tiger on the other end gets knocked out. Endless Esports down to one player, Tanjiro. Solo man surviving on the western edge. He is Wings. He gets knocked out. Faker. Well, he is fighting Blue Zone. Immediately as soon as the stage 6 initiates, it's going to be game over for Faker. Kings won't get that revival. Faker don't even try. Get the vehicle. Get inside the circle as soon as possible. And just pray that no one spots you. Stage 6 initiates. Faker gets a safe spot inside the circle. Maytek bleeds out to death. Tanjiro will be taken down. And the Esports sees the end right in the stage 6. KQ gets eliminated on 6th position. And Endless maybe got eliminated on 7th position. So now 5 teams and 10 players. Free agents again now having the numbers advantage. Having all those infinity stones to get a winner chicken dinner for them. Third will be theirs. This will be the third winner chicken dinner out of 5 games. But it's still difficult to predict that they'll be able to get it or not. Because still 4 teams are remaining. Havoc Esports, who came so close in the last game to get a winner chicken dinner, but they missed. Even Dope Esports are alive. But free agents having an army of players, the circle control, everything they have, all the teams, mostly 2 or 1 player is surviving. And even they're out of the circle, they have to take the initiative. Now, free agents, if the players get knocked out despite of being inside the circle, that would be absolute stupidity. So I guess if you want to get a winner chicken dinner, just hold down for a minute. And once the blue zone starts shrinking in, you'll get plenty of opportunities while your opponents start moving towards the circle. So you can keep the circle there. Shelby did a great job. This is what I was talking about. Just wait. Your opponents will start moving towards the circle. You'll get plenty of opportunity to trace the vehicles. Even Flux has been taken down. Faker. Oh my god. Bling takes down Faker there. He must have shown their quick reflexes. They'll be taken down by Taper. Dope Esports gets eliminated on 3rd position. 17-15 having a absolute blast from this game. 13 eliminations for them. But is it enough? 17 finishes winner chicken dinner. They can expect if they eliminate team free agents, which won't be easy at all. But they should try. Kevin almost got knocked out. And now I guess Alex will close in. And this was going to happen. I almost anticipated this. But the 14th elimination coming in for Team 17-15. Taper heading to his heaven. Go for that revival. He doesn't have a weapon in his hands. Taper will need an extra second to get his weapon back into his hands. But that grenade exploded right on target. It is all over. Free agents getting the 3rd winner chicken dinner out of 4 games. 3rd winner chicken dinner of the day, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be kidding me. Free agents. They are everywhere. This time with a total amount of 8 eliminations. 18 points again. They claim back the hashtag win again. Who's gonna stop them? What you gonna do about it? We'll be taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and the last game is waiting for us. It's Rondo. Make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna be in for one hell of a fight. It's time for Rondo. Top Community Series Grand Finals and the main event is here. It's time for Rondo. The one last battle is yet to be fought. And it will be fought in the map of Rondo. Here we go. Flight path initiating from Jardana City, finishing off towards Bailey, favoring the central regions of Rondo map. 37 recall towers again. And now let's see which team gets their hands on winner chicken dinner. Which team can stop Team Free Agents? Well, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, first match, Free Agents got a winner chicken dinner. That was Rondo itself. Erangel. 2 Erangels have been played. Second one was Erangel. Free Agents got a winner chicken dinner. Third game was Miramar. Free Agents, they failed there, and maybe that was Tryhard Esports who got that winner chicken dinner. Fourth game, again, it was Erangel, and that was sort of a deja vu, because Free Agents again, they got that winner chicken dinner. And now, it's time for Rondo. And I'd like to see if Free Agents, they can again get a winner chicken dinner. And it will be proved that Rondo and Erangel is their strength. Immediately after dropping, Taper gets knocked out. But there is a chance of revival there, maybe. No way, Taper gets flushed out. Where is Exynos? Well, Taper was in some other warehouse, maybe. So that's why he didn't get no assistance there. The whole VC is into New York's factory. They don't really care about recalls. All the players participating, moneymakers, they are playing quite cautiously because they're still in contention, maybe. Free Agents lose a player. So recall phase becomes much more difficult for them. GRX are all their players still fighting. Mafia goes for the jump shot, knocks down a player, needs to switch on to that JS9. But what is Mafia trying to do? Flushes out the players who were knocked down, knocks down Kakashi as well. So yeah, maybe that's Bablu who's heading to his recall towers. Kakashi will be saved, and no need to panic. GRX still intact. 16 teams and 47 players still alive. How many teams got eliminated from this game? No team. We just started off with 16 players. X1NW bringing back their teammates, bringing back their players into the game. TGM, but there's a fight on recall as well going on. Havoc Esports. All the 3 players? No. Wings, he is present on a recall tower. So not 64 players maybe. We started off with 16 teams, but less than 64 players. There are a lot of teams who are playing with just 3 players. And this is always the problem when you are on the terrace of the... When you're on the rooftop of the main New York's factory. Teams in the outer skirts from the ridge, they try to stab you. And that's what happened here with Free Agents. Spike, even he is closing in. And now EC, gradually they'll be climbing up the stairs. IC knocking down Spike. Immediately the flush comes in. Moneymakers. I don't know how many finishes they got in this recall phase. Just one they got. Free Agents, they're back on their feet. And Team Wishes now trying to use their utilities as a weapon. Connections will be made. Supreme gets knocked out. Alex, alone he is. Uses that Molotov. Knocks out no player. And well, he has another Molotov in his hands. And with this Molotov, maybe he can do something. No, not enough. And Alex gets knocked out. Let's go up. We'll be knocking down Alex. Information will be taken. And Free Agents, they're down to 2. But the recall is present. Recall beacon. So, yep. There'll be 4 players strong again. But look at Team Kodiak. 7 eliminations right in the beginning of this game. That is incredible. That is impressive. So, I guess, again, Team Kodiak, they're gonna rock in this Rondo game. But the question is, can they convert this game into a winner chicken dinner, or it's, again, Team Free Agents blocking their way and stealing that winner chicken dinner from right under their nose. Espada Esports, who had a terrible day, and they're still having a terrible day. Sledge gets knocked out, and the recall, but Bacon again, that will be used, so Sledge will be brought back into this game. No need to worry. And one team has been eliminated, that's Team Sage. I guess they were all in. No player went on recall towers. And Team Sage with just 1 elimination. They'll be taking an exit from this game right in the initial stages on 16th position in the very first circle. There's 3 teams right now present inside the circle. We can count in Alep Esports as well. So just 4 teams. The battle is still on in Neox Factory, and now Team Motion. They'll be joining the party. And right in front of them, that's Team Havoc. Musa is the solo player surviving from Team Havoc in Neox Factory. Well, he's the solo player surviving for Team Havoc overall. The 2 players, Wings Faker, have been flushed out. And Musa, even he is exposed for now. So, yep. PSG. Team VC closes in, takes down Musa. That's the end of Team Havoc. They get eliminated on 15th position. And now it's a battle between 14 teams, 53 players. Kid. Way too open he was in. No doubt he will be flushed out. Wow, how quickly they deployed the smokes. Who did that? Maybe Team VC. They themselves deployed that smoke. Now Ducho. He's on the terrace. He has the height advantage. Trying to go for those grenades. The players are inside those containers. So maybe it will be difficult for Ducho to connect one of the grenades he has. Exim. He has the Molotov. And to be honest, I mean, knocking down players with Molotov, it's like once in a blue moon. Happens rarely. But Exim now with his UMP-45 knocks down Kyoa. Flush comes immediately. Ducho needs to step down now because XM is so much low. But no way! Ducho takes down the last player, PSG. And Team VC gets eliminated on 14th position. So many teams have been eliminated already from this game. KQ, Last Talon is out. Frizzo, 20, Vinny, surviving. Will be seeking a recall tower. And Last Talon maybe was not a part of the game. That's why she became an easy target. And she hasn't even contributed in terms of finishes. So maybe Kodiak, they're playing with just 3 players. That could be a sign. They're having an close eye on Alep Esports. Just waiting for Alep Esports to commit a mistake. Nasty bullets. Heading towards the circle. Second circle has been initiated. A centralized shift. Look at the amount of traffic using the southern regions to enter the circle. And it's going to be back-to-back fights. Endless Esports. They're just waiting for an opportunity. Try hard. Zavtrak gets trapped. And Espada Esports getting their third elimination of the game. What's Tams doing? Why is he waiting? On the edge? Maybe the EMP zone is bothering him? What the? Tams is still waiting. Oh, now he moves. This Florin, so much close Florin was. Tams switched the seat immediately. Was on the attack mode himself. But then Florin maintaining the distance. Not moving too much close. Alep Esports. They are being humbled by Team Kodiak. Dybala gets knocked out. And Kodiak was keeping a close eye on Team Alep Esports. They created an opening. Straight away went for that slam in. And this is not new at all. This was expected. We saw this coming. But not Alep Esports. And Dybala will be surely flushed out. On the other end, Papi gets knocked out of Team Nasty Bullets. Papi got knocked out or Papi knocked out his opponent? Maybe Papi knocked out his opponent there. Yep. And it's X1NW. Early setbacks for X1NW. Down to 3 they are. That was Watts, who has faced a temporary elimination. Zabowski, TGM. Vazovsky gets knocked out. Flushed down immediately. Terrible. Heading towards the recall tower, the recall beacon. Almost all the teams now entered the circle. Moneymakers, they're still out. Maybe they'll fight. Alep Esports knocks down a player of Team Kodiak. Who was that? That was Vinny. Frizzo and 20 the duel surviving. Welcome gets knocked out. Crowbar will be taken down, and that's the end of Team Alep Esports. 10 eliminations for Team Kodiak. And they are still in a really good touch, no doubt. Why always Norondo? Why not Erangel or Miramar? They need to figure it out. I mean, whatever is wrong, they got to figure it out because there's no room for errors, no room for two bad maps. I mean, we can agree if you are facing trouble in one map, but facing troubles in two map, having two weaknesses, that is just bad. Just performing in Rondo and not performing in Miramar and Erangel, this is something serious trouble for Team Kodiak, and they need to figure it out as soon as possible. TGM down to 3. Malehua is out. Terrible. Bothering Sledge. Just now, Terrible recalled his teammates, and immediately after dropping, Maloha getting flushed out. That is disgusting from TGM's perspective, but there's nothing they can do about it. And now 11 teams and 40 players are still alive in this game. Clutcher knocks down Sledge. Espada Esports is Sledge is out of this game. And Espada Esports, they are down to 3 players. 200 meters they are away from the circle. X1NW. Maybe they were attempting some shots there on team Espada Esports. Harpy knocking down himself with those flare covers. Nothing new. This is something very usual we see in Rondo. But Defort, did he knock down any player? Or Voltos that was? That was Voltos who knocked out his opponent with a flare cover. For now the revival is being provided. MTN trying to move closer. Voltos has a MG3 and you need to maintain distance with your opponent if he has a MG3 in his hands. But meanwhile, Nasty Bullets, they faced a huge setback, but Vasquez, he easily reaches that record beacon and he'll be able to bring back his lost teammates back into this game. Even Endless Esports, they got that record beacon vacant inside Stadium. And wow, this is the first time I've seen Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest. Such a beautiful place. Wow, Stadium is actually like a stadium. And the record beacon right at the center. This is Olympic Stadium, isn't it? Yes. The tracks and all. And the place stands for the crowd to sit. The definition, everything, the detailing of this game just makes me wonder how can you design a game like this. But then I start cussing this game when I witness glitches and ping issues. That's a whole other thing. Jokes aside, coming back to the game. Next circle has been initiated. This will be 4th circle, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboo deep inside the circle. And I guess that's Team Kodiak, which is right at the center. They're the dead center of the circle. Not the dead center, but deep inside the circle they are. So, I mean, being at the dead center is not that satisfactory, but being on either side of the circle is more satisfactory because the dead center is never favored by the circle or the end circle. So one of the side can be completely favored, but the dead center will never ever be favored. That's the formula of circles moving. And this is stage 4, 11 teams, 34 players still alive. This is a comparatively small number. Free agents controlling the pace of the game, not being too much aggressive, just going with the flow. And their objective now is to enter the top 6, top 7, and maybe after that they will try focusing on eliminations. But free agents, well, their most biggest competitor from this game has been eliminated. That is Moneymakers, X1NW. They faced more casualties, and Bot has been trapped in open. 20 on the other end gets knocked out, and Team Kodiak, well, I don't want them to face any troubles. It seems like free agents, they're in a mood to close in. Well, they'll need to create another opening, because by the time they reach, those revivals will be provided, and Shelby has been knocked out. So Skaz, he has to change the direction of his vehicle. Frizzo trying to trace. Well, it was too much defensive, and Skaz reaches that Shaq. Friezo goes for that Molotov. Another slamming coming in. There's Team Endless Esports. And they stop. They stop and they check out on that compound. And Steph immediately gets knocked out. Tanjiro breaches the house. Florin going defensive, going for that revival. And 20 does a great job in close range. Pulls a grenade immediately. Throws the grenade. Revival immediately will be avoided. And that's the end. Team Kodiak getting 3 more eliminations. None of their players got knocked out in this fight. Skaz has been knocked out on that Shack. And Team Kodiak needs to guard this compound at any cost. 17-15. Well, they are going deep inside the circle, but that is a open area to hold. But that's a dip. So I guess it's still okay for 17-15 to hold this place. They won't be bothered here. GR, meanwhile, but they are being troubled. And that's Team TGM. Terrible. Surviving at terrible HP. Just 10. Not enough. 2 players have been knocked out. And Terrible, I guess, will sit inside the vehicle. He will use those grenades. And now this is a do-or-die situation. He needs to find connections no matter what. The grenade was right on target. Look at XYZ, how low he is. And XYZ gets knocked out. And maybe that was XYZ who finished his own teammate with his own grenade. Kakashi takes down Terrible. TGM gets eliminated on 8th position. But Team GR drawing free agents' attention towards them. And Alex is the only man surviving for free agents. So one thing is quite certain that maybe free agents won't get this winner chicken in the last game. But they need to get those placement points so that they can seal the hashtag one for them. They become the champions of Dope Community Series Week 1. Kakashi gets knocked out. Those rotational clashes coming in. Alex, he knows that this game is more than finishes, more than eliminations. It's about getting a winner chicken dinner, but the vehicle has been smoked out. Alex immediately tries to grab a cover, but XM was quick there. That's the end of Team Free Agents. Leo targets Frostboy. Nasty Bullets, at least in this last game, I guess they will get the job done. But how can you forget Team Kodiak? They've been mauling this lobby till now. 16 eliminations. Friezo did get knocked out. Espada Esports gets eliminated on 15th. Won't be difficult to revive Friezo, but now, again, the same thing happened with Team Kodiak. They had a great position inside the circle. They predicted the circle really well, but right when it needed them most, the circle ditches them, and now they have to travel, where 4-player strong teams are already holding the center of the circle, or a position inside the circle. It's so much difficult for them to travel, and even the teams which are out of the circle will target them, including Team Motion and Team 1715. So what is Kodiak gonna do now? What will be their next move? Are they gonna slam in Team Motion? Or they're gonna draw Team Nasty Bullets' attention towards them? There goes in the spray as well. Connections are seeked. XM knocking down Winnie in open. 20 goes for that spray. Oh wow! 3 of the players of Team Motion have been knocked out. That is devastating. 2 have been knocked out. XM heals. Tucho still intact. Kid is still lying there as a knocked out player. He'll get that revival. Team Kodiak reviving their knocked out players. 17th elimination has been seeked by Team Kodiak. So many eliminations they have. They have a terrific par in Rondo. I don't know what happens to them in the other maps. But Team MTN, they get eliminated on 4th position. And somehow, Team Kodiak, they enter the circle. You gotta be kidding me. This is insane. Team Kodiak enters the circle. Can you believe that? 20 barely surviving at 10 HPs. He gets that revival too. 17-15 closes in. And the complete focus of Team Nasty Bullets is on Team 17-15. And now Kodiak, they can rest and they can go for that third party. But maybe there's no time for resting. Heaven gets knocked out. That was a fabulous grenade. Hayward knocking down Leo. Nexius. Xenos, he will be immediately flushed out. That's the third party, I guess, coming in from Team Kodiak. Winnie, that was. Vasquez knocking down Hayward. And still, Team Nasty Bullets, they have the control over Team 17-15. Winnie closes in. And Winnie gets the job done. But cover was being provided from behind. That was Friezo's Molotov will be finishing off Taper. 17-15 gets eliminated on third position. It's a 4v3 fight. Nasty Bullets loses no player while clashing against team 17-15. Who will get this winner chicken? Will it be team Kodiak or will it be team Nasty Bullets? I feel like it will be team Nasty Bullets, and team Kodiak will be seeing a deja vu freeze. Oh my goodness, that was a huge nasty reflex. Freezo, he's insane, but that's the end of team Kodiak. Winner chicken dinner for team Nasty Bullets. 15 eliminations. I knew it. Team Kodiak will be seeing a deja vu. This time with 19 eliminations and a #2. This is a curse for them. They get tremendous amount of finishes in Rondo, but they don't get a winner chicken dinner. That's so much harsh, but there's nothing you can do about it. That's the end, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. I'm taking a leave. I'm Saita, signing off. Bye bye, good night, and take care.